Good morning, girls! It's a machine video. Let's see how many bikinis I can make in one day. If we're being real, the answer is maybe one, because last time I made a bikini, it took me one entire day. I actually had to finish it on the next day. And I have to make a pattern, so probably one, but realistically, I would love to have 3 bikinis done by today because I'm going on a trip and I want to take a bunch of stuff that I made. These are the bikinis that I made, the first pair, and they are good. There are mistakes to be corrected because they were my first pair. Pair? Is it how you say a pair of bikini? No. My first set. The bikini bottom was a bit an issue for me. The front was very saggy, and the thing is, I used the same pattern for the front and the back. It will still be done in one go, but I need to make a different pattern for the front and the back. I just marked here where I would like it to go in, and I feel like the bottom here is okay. I saw some pictures taken in Leblon circa 1978, and a lot of the bikinis were knit. I'll put the photos here on screen. The tops aren't really in style anymore, and I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing those because they're quite tiny, like down. But the bottoms intrigue me. I'm scared of making one strip so that it's not a tight bikini. It's just like a put it on, because if I get the measurements wrong, it's completely wrong. And if it's tied, I can just tie it to my measurement, right? But it looked very good. Like, it looked like a very great pattern. So I feel like I'm going to take that approach. I don't like the size of mine at all. They were a big issue. I also didn't make them with time, so by the time I got to this side hem thing, I had to crochet it because I had to do it on the go. I will make them in the machine, folded over hem, and I will modify this pattern. For the top, it is perfect in my opinion. The only thing is that this top here is ugly, but I start from here anyway. I can just start from an I-cord and go straight to the bikini. That's what I'm going to do. First video of mine where I'm actually trying to correct my mistakes. Amazing. I want to try and just make a basic one. Boring, I know. No print, just a blue bikini, which is boring. Boring. No design, no print. Sad, sad, sad. Making the print, shockingly, takes me a little long. There are a lot of print ideas in my head, but I really just need bikinis. I want to make cute printed bikinis, but I also need bikinis. Okay, girls, my pattern is done. I hope it works. I did decide that I will do the one waistband, like not tied. I will do the shape of the bottom. I did change it so the front and the back are different. Then I will do the side hems, and then I will do the waistband. But I'll have to split it in two because of the size of the machine. I will still make it one thing, but it's the last thing that I'll do. Previously, it was the first thing that I did. I did the top one, and then I did the whole thing, and then I did the bottom one, and then I just attached string. See if it works. I hope it does. I will be using this pretty turquoisey blue. I have 4 skeins. It's good for me to see how much a set of bikini uses. I'll start with the bottom, and then I will do the top. The pattern is here. It starts with 100 needles to tension 5. Let's do this. It feels so weird to me to do a project with no hem. Like, it's no margin, you know, no margin of error, no nothing. It's just straight to the thing. I feel like they're my security blanket. I feel like doing something without a hem like this, it's just really strange. I always add a hem. started it. For the first 5, I'm decreasing 2 per row, so I'm using the latch hook, and this is not actually a latch hook, it's a needle. My latch hook is defective. I need a new one urgently. I have a lot of extra needles, and I just put a bunch of tape here, so I made it chunky, and I'll just use it. I already have a little mistake here. It was during the cast on. I will try and fix it now because I don't even know if it's going to bother me. But if it does, I'll be mad that I didn't fix it. Just finished the double decrease rows, and now it's just transfer tool. Row time lapse.
So you think I'm skinny?
It's so funny in the machine. Look at this ass. Look. It almost makes me want to like not do a hem, but it rolls in so easily. Just put it here. Oh, by the way, a stitch fell and I had to pick it up and I didn't really feel like picking it right, so I picked it up wrong. Right here. 165. So I'll make a little tiny little thing here, fold it over and attach it straight to my bikini. As expected, this took me too long. I love starting things. And then the things I make require an extra hem. The thing is, I love making hems when they're the first thing that I do in the beginning of a project, because I don't have to cast it off separately. Casting off... Yeah. Like casting off, like just this. It's annoying, okay? It's annoying, but it needed to be done. Look at this. This is really good. It took me like 40 minutes to do this. So much noise. Let me just mark this because I want to use this to count like how big I'll have to do the waistband, because I have to consider stretch. This is like half of what I need. I'll eat something and I'll finish this. lot later since I last spoke to you. And we have a bottom, bikini bottom. The thing is, it is folding down. Like, that is a big problem for me with knits. I have these elastics. I think it fits perfectly. I hadn't actually even thought of that. Maybe I'll string this true, see if it works, because it will give a little bit more of elasticity. I will just join them now, like this. I think, like, it will fit. I just don't know if it will look great. So I'll just do that, close these sides, and attach this elastic. I just thought of this. I think it's gonna work. See if it worked out, and then I'm gonna go straight and do the cups. I think I'll have time to knit the cups, but I don't think I'll have time to do the finished touches. This is something that always bothers me, is this. The idea is kind of straightforward. The knitting, because I knit in the machine, is very straightforward. But then all of the finishing touches takes so long. Like, I finished knitting the actual shape in literally an hour, and then each of these extra bits took me over 40 minutes. But yeah, anyway, I will do this and see if it works. Guys, it totally worked. Okay, the girlies back in 1978 really did know what they were doing. When I hold it like this, like outside of my body, it does still fold in quite a bit, as you can see, but once it's on, it doesn't really fold. Like, it stays on. I think it's the elastic, and it was quite fast. This last one that I did, I spent so long trying to make this side things look nice. I don't really like making crochet borders for knits because I don't feel like it matches. And then what I did for the top is that, like, I came back and I did a bunch of chain stitches and just sewed it like back and forth so that it stayed on top as well, like a few stitches, like chain stitches. I took a long time to make this. It does stay, but it is not a solution that I liked. It doesn't look that bad because it's black, so you could really tell, but I'm not really a fan of whatever I did looks wise. It's not a finishing that I love. I also don't love this finishing here. It's not even like elastic or anything, so there's no point, you know. I really like the way that this one looks. I have tried it on. I'm going to travel to a very beautiful place, so I'll just do the review when I'm there. But it does work. The thing is, I'm not sure if it's flattering for me. It fits and it stays, but I'm just so used to the tie on the side that I feel like this kind of, just this is not as flattering. But I'll see with a matching set. Maybe I change my mind. I will wear this. I'm just saying that, like, I think I like the strings better, and that is a problem because I really do like this finishing like this. It was really quick and straightforward. I'm just thinking, can I add the elastic to a string version? Will it work? Because if it works, it will be cool. I don't know, I just want to keep trying and experimenting. There's part of me that, like, wants to sell these bikinis just because I have so many other ideas for the prints, and it is a fun concept. But, like, to make something like this and have to do the finishing touches, like, all of this takes a little long. I have to see if it's worth it with the pricing and everything. But I'm still, like, having ideas. I'm not really there yet. So, yeah, I have time to start knitting the tops. Oh, I used one full cone and a little bit of the other one just to finish the hems. Like, not even one full cone for a bottom, which is upsetting. I thought I would be able to do one bottom with one and then the top with the other. Let's see how much the top uses. For the tops, I will do exactly the way that I did this one, but instead of starting from like 4 stitches, I will start with the I-cord. For this hem here, it's actually easier because I do it straight on the piece. So once I finish the pattern, I do this and fold it over. So there's only one cast off for this, but then there's the cast off for this. I selected 4 needles and I will cast them on. I love that there is nothing to cast on, just these 4 stitches. And now what we do, I think I'll just use a larger stitch because it's just the I-cord, and then I'll make it smaller. I'll just do a couple of rows. And now I'll select the part button, either of these 2 here. And now, so I press that one. Every time the machine goes that way, it doesn't knit. And then this yarn is picked up here, so with time it starts to do the loop. Abs are done for the day. Let me follow my pattern. I started it wrong. I forgot to change the tension. Oh my god. The reason why I changed the tension, by the way, is because with an I-cord, there is no point doing it that small of a tension because it's a cord, and it uses more yarn because it needs to be long, and it doesn't really need to like not be transparent. So by using a tension 8, I just made it longer, faster. Because if I had used a tension 5, which is what I've been using for the actual piece, I just need more yarn and more core strength to do the I-cord, because I would have to be doing it for longer. For the top, since I'm starting... as I'm trying to sew, because the top is, I start top to bottom, there are a lot of increases, which I personally don't like. I prefer to decrease than to increase. The thing is, for the beginning here, the increases are quite far apart. For example, here it says increase in row 9. So now I need to increase both sides. To increase in the side where the yarn is at is really easy. You just do a loop, like in the cast on. But it's hard to increase here on the other side. You have to pick up the stitch from the previous stitch. It's not as pretty as in this side. But because the next increase is all the way in row 17, there is no problem in me doing this increase in this side, knitting the row, and then doing the increase in the other side to match it. But once I get to row 19, I have to increase every single row. And that is more annoying because I have to increase in the easy way and then increase in the hard way. Let me show you closer. So here, the yarn is here, just like this, quick, easy, yay. Now for this one, I have to come here, pick up this stitch, and this stitch is not well formed because I just created it last row. So it's a little thingy like this, and it's not that much yarn, so it creates a lot of tension. See, it doesn't even go forward easily. And here it's just very easy. And then I did the row. Wait, now another one. My back hurts. That's it. I'm very pleased with this shape. I know it's a basic shape, but it's good. It works. Here in the bottom, I use the hold button to do this curve, so it fits really well. I know I just said I don't like finishing knits with crochet, but if it's a little like lacy detail, I think that's a different scenario and it actually might look really cute. Where is my crochet hook? Crochet hook. Love the crochet hook. Ugh. Look at my little dogs. They're my friend's dogs. I made them in a recent video. Go watch it. The thing about the hem done in the machine is that it does get quite bulky. So if I do a crochet hem, even though it's not always my favorite thing, if it is like a decorative stitch, I think it might be pretty. I don't have that issue of bulkiness here in the first few stitches. Let's see if it looks interesting. Okay, sometimes crochet in the bottom of knits is exactly what needs to be done. Look at this cuteness overload. And it's actually going to be a lot faster than doing the machine thing. This is just like a double crochet scallop with like 5, I think, stitches. I will do this. I need to go to the gym and then I'll be back. Finish this and do the other one. Hi, it's almost midnight. It's 11:45 and I just finished the 1 cup. I'm pretty sure it is a little bit, you know, but it's a bikini, so it's okay. Like, it shows skin, okay? I did the scallops and then I came back with the, doing chains and just chains. I was saying that I don't like crochet in knit, but I think it's very specific. Like for this, with the scallops, there's a very specific point where, it creates a little hole for the scallop and it looks pretty. It almost looks like the middle of a scallop. For this one, it was a lot worse because like I was getting every single stitch and it's not really that even. It was a mess. So to do just like a border of double crochet or single crochet even, I've learned with my triers that I don't like that. But this I really enjoyed. And I feel like it's something that I could maybe incorporate into, like, if I actually want to continue making bikinis. To stay here doing hems for me is very annoying. To stay here for like 5 days working on an Intarsia project is amazing. I love it. It frustrates me that it doesn't go faster, but it's part of the process. Staying here for 40 minutes, an hour to create one hem, that's something that I don't want to do, that I don't like to do. I will be making the other boob pad thingy, and that will probably be it, unfortunately. How many bikinis can I do in one day? 3/4, because I will finish this after midnight. Now, I did start this very, very late in the morning. I started this at like 11. So I feel like if I started it at 7 or 8 even, I would have one. Anyway, let's do our second boob. Okay, guys, I did it. It took me an hour pretty much, including our extra I-cord for the underneath. Now I just have to do the crochet. 5 minutes to 1 a.m. But I think I'll actually weave this in first. I am very tired, as you can see, so I will finish this because I don't want to leave it for tomorrow. So the answer to the question in the beginning of the video is one bikini set a day. Obviously, you guys know I wanted to do more, and I'm not gonna lie, I was heavily considering pulling an all-nighter to do just another top, not another bottom, but a top, because as I was knitting with this very pretty blue yarn and I was looking at my shelf, I kept staring at the yellow and I couldn't stop myself from thinking I need to make a bikini set that is a sun, like a sun print. This blue and the yellow. It's gonna be so pretty, and it would be so pretty in my photos in my trip that I'm going to. So it would be like two tops for this one bottom. And it would look, I think it's gonna look so cute. I am not gonna pull an all-nighter for this. I still really want to do it. I have a lot of print ideas for bikinis that I would love to do, and they will, they will wait, but I will get to them eventually. I am almost at the end of this cone. I'm actually not sure if this will be enough for the trim in the side. So yeah, for like a medium sized bikini set, I use pretty much 2 skeins if I'm using only one color. It took me pretty much exactly an hour to finish this, and now the only thing left is to pass the I-cord through. Yeah. Yay. My bikini is done, guys. And I'm crying from lack of sleep. So I need to go to sleep. But she's done. I don't know if next clip will be me maybe making another bikini top, or maybe it will be the reveal. Roll next clip. I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be something. Yay! I told you it was a very pretty place. I'm really cold. Give me a second. Okay, so I am extremely happy with the result. Like, I couldn't be happier. It worked super well. For the bottoms, with the elastic in the body, it stays completely fine and it's really good. I like the shape. I do think it's a little vintage. I'm not like a fashion historian or anything like that, but I did get inspired by those photos, and I wouldn't have thought of doing like this if it wasn't for those photos. It would have crossed my mind, but I would be very lazy to make it like this because it's 3 separate hems that you have to make, fold over, and cast out of the machine, which is something that you guys noticed I'm not a big fan of. It was really good to look into the reference and try to work like they did back in the day. I just try and see if I could work something like this with the elastic, but also the drawstrings in the side because I like that style. And for the top, love. It's amazing. Like, I like the shape. I like the amount of coverage for me is completely enough. The amount of time that I took to make this scallops in comparison to what I would have taken doing the hems is not that much faster to do the crochet, but it's just, it is two completely different things to like sit down and crochet a little trim than to stand up or even sit down in the machine and have to work on the big machine doing like the cast off. I really don't like to cast off. I don't know if you noticed. So I just loved this solution. Yeah, it gives enough support. There were a few times that when swimming I did have a little bit of under boob, but I feel like that's normal with most bikinis. It's just like the act of swimming and just, you know, diving just brings it up a little bit, at least with my chest. I didn't have to line or anything. With this one, it's just the knit. There is no like leathering from the jacquard, but it still is good coverage, and that's on the yarn. This is a bikini yarn. It's called Verano. It's by Círculo, which is like a Brazilian brand, a very big yarn brand in Brazil. And it's a good bikini yarn. With this small tension in the knit, I really didn't need to line it. Of course, if you open it like this, you will be able to look through it a little bit, but it still is very, like, it covers up a good amount. The yarn is like polyamide. It's made for water. It holds up very well. It dries relatively fast. Good yarn. Very pleased with it. I do want to test out some other prints. Still really want to test out the sun print. I really want to test out a cherry print. I'm really enjoying to like really focus on a design and think about improving it. I had never really stayed on one kind of piece of garment. I know this is just the second iteration, like this is the second design, but I never really repeat my stuff and try to make it better. I always know there are mistakes on them and I just leave it at that. So this is really fun to explore just like details and changing things. So I do think that I will continue exploring designs in the bikinis. I just don't know if I would make other videos about it because it might get boring. I don't know. Let me know if you would like to still keep seeing like if I do as I do like other bikinis, if you would like to know what I'm doing, like the changes that I'm making. Yeah, this has been really nice. I'm very pleased with these. About the pretty place that I was at, this is Lençóis Maranhenses in the north of Brazil. It's just insane. It's a beautiful place. This trip that I did was a trekking, so I was walking. It's 4 days walking, and I will be sharing more about the trip and some little outfits that I made to wear there in my next 2 videos. So stay tuned for that, especially not the next one, the other one. I'll talk a lot about the trip. I know that not everyone will be into travel content, but I sprinkled in a lot of crochet in that, so stay tuned. And yeah, this is it. My name is Carolina. This is Carolina's Closet. I hope you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video, comment whatever you want to comment down below in regards to the video, or if you don't know anything you'd like to comment a yarn emoji just so that I know that you made it all the way to the end of the video. Yeah, I have my social media here on screen, and I'll see you hopefully very, very soon in my next video. Bye bye.